Welcome back, witches. I'm Steph. I am the host of the Witch Wednesdays podcast, but today we are going to be doing some cleansing and protections on my home because it is spring cleaning time. And as you will see in next week's video, I'm going to be making a guardian ward. So before I do that, I want to get it all cleansed and do some of my other protections. These are great things to do monthly on the new moon. However, I never do monthly protections because that is just way too often for me. There's nothing that is coming and going out of my home that requires that much protection or refreshing it that often. They just don't wear out that quickly. And I don't have the time, energy, or inclination to do this every single month. But for spring cleaning, a couple times a year, absolutely. This will be a vlog style where I am just going to be showing you a couple of things, and in my house it's sort of spring cleaning week and not all of these things are going to be done all on the same day. So just keep that in mind. If you don't feel like you have the time to do all of these in one day, neither do I. I am also going to be doing a spell for luck for the horseshoe that I have back here to be able to put that up over our doorway, and I am going to be doing the horseshoe luck setting spell from Ella Harrison's book, A Book of Spells. I will have that link below and her channel. And I am also going to be doing a sort of colored candle tea light ritual that is from Jenny Blonde's book, Hearth and Home Witchcraft. So I will have that linked below as well as Jenny's podcast. So let's get into it. I will show you all of my different cleansing and protecting ideas, some of the things I do around my home, and I will say that this is not everything. I never recommend showing somebody every single protective measure that you do on your home when in regards to your witchcraft, because you are just giving them too much information to take it all down. So these are not everything, but a good amount of stuff to be able to show you and hopefully give you some actionable ideas of things that you could do in your own space. Welcome to my kitchen. I am starting out by doing the physical cleaning of my house. It's very hard to energetically clean a space when there is still dirt and clutter everywhere. And I am going to go ahead and take care of that stuff today. And while I am doing that, I am also going to have energetic methods of cleansing going in the background. The first one that I'm going to be doing here is the simmer pot. And I will be using this. This is the Simmer Pot Potion for Cleansing from Sarah, the Woodland Witch, and her shop is Fullcraft and Flora Apothecary. So I will have that linked below as well as Sarah's information so you can go check her out. And all you need to do for a simmer pot is fill this with water. You can use sun or moon water if you want, but regular tap water is fine. And you add some of the potion. You can use this pre-blended mix that she's got here, or you can make your own. This one has peppermint leaf, eucalyptus, rosemary, and dried lemon slices. And then you just leave that on a simmer, and I'm gonna let that go while I am cleaning. So then that is diffusing my whole home with the scent and energy of this simmer pot potion. So the energetic cleansing is already going on in the background while I do physical cleansing. Here's my pot going. Here's what this looks like in here. It smells really good. I'm going to stand here and infuse this with my own personal energy and my particular wants for this cleansing. And then I let this simmer all day. I can keep adding water to it. And then when I am done, I can dispose of these ingredients outside. Here we are in my living room, and the other thing that I'm going to have going in the background while I'm doing the physical cleaning is to light this candle. This is Purify. This is from House of Intuition. They have these great pillar candles and they come with crystals on the bottom. Every one of these that I've ever gotten has really great energy, so I particularly love these. Cleansing is not the only one. They also have a wide variety of different intention candles, and these burn for days. You don't have to, obviously, light it and let it burn all the way out, but you can. So I am going to light this while I am doing my physical cleaning and let the candle go to work and add some more cleansing energy to my space. The simmer pot is still going, the candle is still going, and now I am going to take my besom here and go across the whole house. I'm just do the entire house starting at the top floor. At the back, I work back to front, left to right, and then down any stairs and out the front door. So I'm starting up here on the top floor. I'm going to start behind what you're looking at right now and out front here, and go down the stairs and out the front door. And then our basement I will do separately because it has its own door. It is, you know, back door pointing towards the back, but I am just going to do the basement by itself and then go out the back door. So I am energetically sweeping all of the stagnant energy away. I am going to go ahead and open all of the windows first. Then I will hold the besom just a few inches off of the floor. I'm not actually touching the floor with it, and just making a sweeping motion like that to clear out the energy. But that energy does need some place to go, so I am going to open all of the windows first so everything can escape. And that will be my last step for my energetic cleaning. Now that the space is cleansed, I am going to go ahead and do the protections and sort of setting the energy and intention that I want in my spaces. While I do everything, I'm going to light this candle. So this is just a black pillar candle, and black is a great color for protection. So that is going to be going while I do everything else. I have some witch salt, clear black salt, that I am going to sprinkle along the front door. I have a protection oil here, and I am going to use this to do protection sigils on all of the windows, as well as the door. There goes my dog. She wants to be part of it. I keep saying that she's not my familiar, but she wants to be involved in all of my spell work, I tell you. And I also have this tea here. This is by Morose and Macabre, and I believe that they are based, I want to say Philly. I think it's in Pennsylvania somewhere, but I will try to link them if I can find it. But they are sold, their whole line, by one of my local witch shops, Malloway Brothers, one of my favorite places. And I have had other blends by them before that are so delicious. This one I have not tried yet. It is called a winter offering, and it is sweet cinnamon, ginger, chicory, honeybush, and black pepper. And there are a lot of fiery, protective herbs in there. So I think that that would be a good tea to use. And somewhere around here, I also have tourmaline pieces that I am going to use. So let's light this candle and get started. We're at my window here with the protection oil, so I am just going to do a tiny drop on my finger there, and then do protection sigils on my window. You can do any kind of protection sigil. You can make them bigger, smaller, whatever works for you. I am going to do that on all of the windows in my house, which is definitely going to take me a while. I have quite a few. In my entryway here, so I did those windows, and then my door has a window on it as well. In this case, I'm only going to do one, either the door or the window. And I decided to do the window and do it right here over this little sticker. We have my doorway space here, and this is a cleaning project for another day because John's not home right now and he helps me do all of the outside cleaning. We have to do outside the windows and everything. So that will be done, and then I will reapply this, but I do want to apply it today. I also wanted to show that I have my resin tucked in. So I get one of these apple cinnamon brooms at Home Depot every year. They're always out at Halloween time, and I get a fresh one. Then I dispose of this one and get a fresh one. I replace them every year and do protections at that time as well. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is the Lucky Horseshoe Candle Spell. This is from Ella Harrison in her Book of Spells. And horseshoes are associated with luck, money. But it is a common folk tradition to have horseshoes above the doorway in a home, usually hanging, right side up like this above the doorway, in order to catch good fortune and bestow that on anyone who walks through that doorway. You do sometimes see them upside down, and that would be pouring that luck down onto anyone. passing through that doorway. So it is a personal preference. This direction is more common, and I've always believed that the only ones who can hang it upside down and have that be effective are the smiths, who are actually forging the horseshoes. So up to you, but I go this way. This is both to bring in the energy that I want into my home. So since I cleansed everything, I did some protections, I need to set the intentions of each space, because when things don't like to just be empty, there's always something that wants to come in and fill it. So when you cleanse, it's important to put a different energy into that space to fill it, because otherwise whatever it is just going to come in. It might not necessarily be what you want. So I would rather set the energy that I want. And I love horseshoes. We have had horses my whole life, and we are hosting a Kentucky Derby party. So I think this will be a nice touch to have above the door. So for this spell, you need not only the horseshoe, but also an apple, a tea light candle, something to light the candle. And Ella in her book mentions having clovers and setting clovers in a triangle shape around this. But I do not have any clovers, so I am going to just set a piece of pyrite on the plate to further enhance the energies of this spell. So I've cleansed everything already. You can cleanse any way that you want, either by lighting incense, sending it through smoke. I personally go over everything with my mini besom. So now I just want to hold the horseshoe and the apple in my hands, and I am grounded and visualizing that energy coming up from the ground and into these items to charge them with my particular intent, which is for luck and general happy home vibes. And place the horseshoe there, and then cut the apple in half. And it's going to go in half this way, so you'll see in just a minute, rather than this way. And I am going to do that off camera. We'll be right back. Here are my apple halves, and as you can see, when you cut it like this, the seeds inside make a pentagram. Now I take one half and place that within the horseshoe, and then this half I am going to eat. So I can be personally connected to the spell and take on the properties of the apple. I am placing the tea light on top of the apple, and I am going to position the pyrite here. If you have the clovers, they would go in a triangle. I'm going to go ahead and light this. And while that is burning, I'm visualizing the luck coming my way. Now I meditate on this candle, further visualizing, finish eating the apple, and just meditate until that candle burns out, or until I feel that the energy of the spell has been released. And once that's done, I will hang the horseshoe above the door, again in this upwards position. I told you guys that my dog was just obsessed with being involved with spell work, so there she is going to hang out. I am down to the last little bits of protection things that I would like to do. So my candle, black protection candle is going, and I also have this white candle lit here. I have that tea. I have the black tourmaline, and I have this house blessing oil, and I am going to put a drop of this oil into this bottle of these pieces of tourmaline. I put just a drop in there because I don't want them saturated. I just want them to get the essence of the oil. And these are further protection for the home. So as you can see, they are little chips. Tourmaline is a very protective stone, and I am just adding to that with that oil. And I'm going to leave them here with the candles to further infuse while I have my tea. This is kind of the wind down. Now I am settling into a whole protective ritual here. And then I am going to open this back up and take each little piece in here, or as many as I need, and put them in every single windowsill. I'm going to open the window, so between the window and the screen, I am going to place one. You could do this if you have larger pieces, to just take a couple of pieces of tourmaline and do the same enchantment and put them in the main areas of your home. So maybe one in the living room, one in the kitchen, etc. And that would also be a great way to shield your home. But for me, I really do enjoy these little chips, but as you can see, it's not something that I want to do all that regularly. So I'm doing the work and putting in all of the intention, everything now in order to place those chips and be able to leave them there and not have to check on them every single month. And like I said, I have my tea here, so I'm going to sip my tea while these burn down, and I focus my intention and my energy into those chips and into this tea to protect and bless this space. Specifically, I am going to do a stability tea ritual. If you are familiar with the idea that you can stir clockwise to bring things towards you and counterclockwise to banish things, push things away. That is a really popular way to include some magic into morning routines when you have your coffee or tea in the morning, to stir clockwise to bring abundance or happiness, whatever it is that you need in your day. Or if you're trying to push something away, push away anxiety or stress, you would go counterclockwise. But that isn't the only way to stir tea. For a stability method, imagine instead that you are doing a square. The four corners would represent the four directions, which are also associated with the four elements. So you can further bring every element into your protection. And that is a great ritual for stability because you are finding balance between all four. And the idea of using all four elements, all four directions, and the number 4 in general is very popular in home and protection craft because it is a very stable number. The number of our home is also a 4, so I like to keep that going. In case you have never tried that out before, your home has a number. So that is your address, and you add them up in the same way that you would get your life number by adding up your birthday. So it would take the digits, so let's say you live at 1234 Main Street, then you would add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which would be 10, and then 1 plus 0 is 1, so your house number would be 1. And each number has a meaning, of course, in numerology, and if you are not happy with your house's number and what that means, you can always change it to bring in some sort of different energy. And if you need information on changing your house number, I have a whole video on that over on Patreon. But ours is already a number 4, and I like it, I leave it as a 4. So all that to say, I enjoy incorporating that 4 energy as much as I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir, starting north, east, south, west. I am going in a square instead of a circle. And the entire time I'm doing that, I am just thinking about the energy that I want to have in my home. And I am going to keep that going as I sip this tea, let my candles burn down, and let the tourmaline further infuse with my intentions. The last thing I'm doing here is the candle charm to bless my home. This is from Jenny's book, Hearth and Home Witchcraft. And she has a whole list of different candle colors to use in each room. You go into the room, light the specific candle color, and say the blessings she has associated. So for example, for the bedroom, she has light a lavender or green candle and say, may this room be blessed with love, relaxation, and peace. So it really is that simple, and you can go off of her color correspondences, you can pick your own and do your own 1-sentence blessing. So that is what I'm going to do just in each and every room. Kitchen to me is very fire element, so we're going orange in there. Garage and the car, I'm definitely doing protections in there. I'm going with blue in the bathrooms. I'm going to do this purple color in my little witchy nook office space. I'm going to do the green candle in our bedroom, and I'm going to go with yellow in our main living area to bring like a happy, sunshiny energy. And then we have a room where we have the treadmill, and then John has his weight room, and I think I will do red in there. But I find these colored chime candles very useful. If I can find any, I will link them below. But chime candles take like 2.5 hours to burn out, and you don't have to burn these all the way out for each room. I'm not going to. We have 2 bathrooms. I'm going to use this one for both of them. But I appreciate how quickly these burn down. And this will be the last thing that I tackle this evening. Right here. We're gonna light this purple candle right here. So that's everything other than I am going to be setting up my guardian ward, and that will be in next week's video. So let me know if you do any protections and cleansings on your home. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.